I mean, it seemed like a quick tap.
Jon Jones back with style points tonight, and there is no denying him now. Number one.
Jon Jones, the baddest in UFC history. The man, Jon Bones Jones, has been a force to be reckoned with since his debut in the UFC in 2008, with an impressive record of 26 wins and 1 loss by disqualification. Jones has dominated the light heavyweight division like no other fighter in history. But what sets him apart and makes him the undisputed king of the octagon? In this video, we'll take a closer look at why Jon Jones is the greatest UFC fighter of all time. Jon Jones, the man who many believe is the GOAT, currently lays the groundwork for a prospective matchup with Stipe Miocic, the undisputed all-time heavyweight champion. Jon Bones Jones challenged Stipe Miocic after defeating Cyril Gane to win the UFC Heavyweight Championship, with a first-round submission in the main event of UFC 285 this past Saturday. The newly crowned heavyweight champion is anticipated to defend his championship against former champion Miocic at UFC 290 on July 8th. At the age of 23, Jon Jones defeated Mauricio Rua for the UFC championship, making him the organization's youngest champion ever. In the light heavyweight class, he holds numerous UFC records, including the most title defenses, victories, and winning streaks. Jones was regarded as the finest fighter in the world, pound for pound, for much of his championship tenure. Jones has never been defeated or outscored in his professional career, and the lone defeat he suffered was a contentious disqualification against Matt Hamill, a decision that both Hamill and UFC President Dana White contest.
This man is a mixed martial artist holding a perfect professional record of 9 wins with no losses.
I made it to the UFC after only 9 months of MMA training, so I mean, which is really unheard of.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of rules and a lot of things about MMA I didn't understand, doing it on the highest level.
He's doing a good job. Big elbows. No, can't do 12 to 6.
You make an honest mistake and throw an illegal elbow and have everything crash and burn, you know.
Due to intentional elbows, there's been a disqualification of Jon Bones Jones. Therefore, the winner is Matt Hamill.
Wow.
I don't beat myself up about it, you know. Now I know the rules, and you would never see me going out that way ever again. And it's good not to be undefeated, because sometimes when guys are undefeated, they try to protect this perfect record instead of going out there to just continue to dominate.
Jon Jones never lost.
Yeah.
You always have to remember that. They took that win away from him in the Matt Hamill fight, but he was putting a ferocious beat down on that guy. There is in no way that is a loss. And it's one of the dumbest rules ever, because it's the downward elbow rule, which is the dumbest fucking rule. It's not even a harder elbow than a regular elbow. It's just dumb.
Jones was involved in a number of issues between 2015 and 2017, and as a result of sanctions, he lost his title 3 times. After being charged with felony hit and run, the UFC first stripped him of his title and dropped him from the rankings in 2015.
Triple-based sanctions approval. Any questions on this?
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
His successive UFC appearances in 2016 and 2017 saw him triumph over Ovin St. Pro and Daniel Cormier in title fights, but both were called off due to Jones testing positive for banned substances and suffering additional suspensions, with the latter being reversed to a no contest. Jones admitted, "I used to have this crazy habit of going out drinking and partying hard a week before every fight. Throughout my entire career, I continued to do it. Although it was foolish, I was using a mental crutch at the time. 1 week before every fight, I would literally do it. When I went out, I would become very inebriated. I reasoned that if this guy were to defeat me in some way, I could look myself in the eye and claim that I had been drugged up the week before the battle, which is why I had lost." The 35-year-old discovered that this strategy might not be wise when he was on the verge of losing during his championship defense against Alexander Gustafsson at UFC 165. Joe Rogan and Will Harris, the founder of Anatomy of a Fighter, recently discussed the remarkable career of Jon Jones. They both agree that Jones is the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, despite his well-known personal troubles.
Like, you know, listen, either this is nothing or I'm gonna kill somebody.
Exactly.
Right? And like, there's something about, like, that's why you don't see very many UFC fighters. You don't hear about them getting in bar fights. I mean,
he's not the best ones, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If you go to like
Except
the top of the
Jones.
heap. Well, Jon is look. This is a thing. It's like I'm not making excuses for anybody's behavior, but I am saying that the best of the best are wild. They're risk takers.
No, I agree.
That's how good Jon Jones is.
Yeah, I love watching them fight.
Bro, there's that division. You got to realize that division is super ultra competitive, right? Unless Jon Jones is in the mix, then it's not competitive.
Yeah.
Jon Jones dominates everybody. Most fun fighters to watch are the wildest dudes in real life. It's
they're willing to take risks. They're more risk takers.
That's a big part of it, right?
Rogan emphasized that Jones's unique personality and style are what have made him the GOAT, as he is not just a normal person. Jones's in-cage performances are evidence of his exceptional abilities, as he's willing to take risks and throw unconventional strikes. His opening of the fight against Mauricio Shogun Rua with a flying knee is a prime example of this. However, Jones's wildness extends beyond the cage, as he has had his fair share of legal and personal issues. Despite these challenges, Jones has always been able to perform at the highest level inside the octagon. Rogan and Harris both believe that Jones's achievements in the UFC speak for themselves, and that he is truly one of a kind. As Rogan famously stated, madness and genius are close neighbors, and in Jones's case, they seem to have come together to create an unbeatable force in the world of MMA. During a UFC media day in 2014, Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier engaged in an impromptu brawl, causing chaos in the MGM Grand Lobby. The fighters' intense rivalry had peaked during a heated face-off to promote their upcoming championship fight. Cormier pushed Jones, prompting Jones to swing at him, resulting in mayhem on the stage. UFC executives and security intervened, but the fighters toppled from the stage and continued to fight.
There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life.
Despite two subsequent matches between the fighters, with Jones initially winning both, a third fight has not materialized, and Jones has expressed disinterest. Jones trash-talked Cormier before their match, claiming that he would use the most malicious techniques to win, and Jones ultimately defeated Cormier. Former UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones is shown acting strangely, hurling racial nicknames at police, and headbutting a Metropolitan Police Department SUV during his arrest in September, according to police body cam footage obtained by the Review Journal. In the video, Jones can be heard repeatedly calling one of the officers Officer Nerd and accusing them of racial profiling.
You nerd! I hate you so much! Thank you! My whole fight name. What's your name? Put it on camera. Like Josh.
He questioned, "A black man can't drink?" Jones referred to being in Las Vegas with his family to attend his induction into the UFC Hall of Fame multiple times during the run-in with law enforcement. In a shackled position towards the front of the car, Jones once stood up straight, thrust his entire upper body forward, and headbutted the SUV.
The other officers, I hate you. I hate you.
Officers then put Jones in the back of the cruiser and looked at the hood damage. Jones damaged the car's paint and left a medium-sized dent. According to the police report, Jones was booked into the Clark County Correctional Center after the incident. Jones's local attorney, Peter Christensen, and the UFC both declined to comment on the footage. Jones pleaded not guilty to a misdemeanor count of damaging someone else's property in December and agreed to make restitution of $750. According to court documents, the misdemeanor domestic battery charge and the felony offense of damaging or tampering with a car valued at $5,000 or more that he was first charged with were both dropped. Jones also had to participate in anger management therapy, which has since been finished.
Are you a good guy trying to be bad, or are you a bad guy trying to be good?
That's a good question.
Are you fucking shitting me right now?
That's the craziest story I've ever heard.
But me and you gotta talk about this on a thing. I went to meditate at the park. Some lady yells, "Help, I've been robbed." Chases the fucking guy a mile. Fucking leg kicks him from behind. Gets on top of him, figure fours him until the fucking police come. When?
What?
Fucking 15 minutes ago.
Jon Jones
goddamn superhero.
He's gonna have an
True
adrenaline
fucking
dump.
story. We're lucky to get shot, stabbed, break a hand, get cut. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Is there any video?
He said it was a great pre-fight warm-up for me, he said.
UFC fighter Jon Jones is seen on surveillance video chasing a would-be burglar away from his Albuquerque home while brandishing a shotgun. After the incident, Jones writes on Instagram, "He's lucky I'm smart enough to not shoot a man while he's retreating." In a remarkable video, Jon Jones can be seen using a shotgun to chase away a potential burglar from his home. The alleged robber is visible in the video, which was posted on Sunday night. It appears to be security footage from Jones's driveway at his home in Albuquerque. Thanks for tuning into the video. We hope you found it informative and enjoyable. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more great content. And we'll see you in the next one.